Okay, so for this video I wanted to talk about 4th gen boy groups and me seeing quite a lot of them doing edgier K-pop type songs or doing something different and then switching to edgier music. I don't understand why companies like doing these edgier sounds for boy groups. I've defended boy groups so much saying this type of sound is not all they do and they are diverse. And it's true because they do different sounds as well. But nowadays I see quite a bit of this edgier, maybe baddie-like, IDK the exact word, sound that it makes me wonder why companies are so obsessed with this sound. Looking at groups like TWS and Unite, yes, I'm using the same example I used in one of my recent unpopular K-pop opinions video. TWS focus on cute, innocent like fun music, but they have a song Double Take that ended up being more edgier, and Unite had a fun upbeat pre-debut song with a debut that is cute and bright. But then switched it up with Aviator and Bad Cupid, which I consider more edgier sounds, and then after that they released Love It and Waterfall, which are less edgier tracks, and finally had Jikin, which is what to describe it as. There's also other groups like NTX, Ampers and 1, Atbo, Ghost 9, The New 6 etc. who have dived into this edgier sound, and all ours who focus on it. I mean, yeah, it's a sound that has a fan base for it because everyone has their own likes, but I'm wondering why I see quite a bit of this type of sound amongst boy groups. What makes companies so obsessed that they love to go to this sound for music to give their boy groups a sound like this? Why is this the sound that comes to companies' minds a lot? Personally, this sound is not bad and I do not hate it. It's not my cup of tea for the most part. But I do not hate it, I'm just started to get annoyed at seeing it happen more often. Why do companies do this sound when it would not fit all boy groups and the members that end up doing this sound or focus on this sound as their main sound? Maybe it would fit 1 or 2 members, but not all of the members at all, and doing this sound could be a weakness to the boy group who excel more at other types of music other than this. It's like looking back at TWS who do bright innocent like music which I think works for them well. Them doing Double Take was so weird because it didn't suit them and it made me scared that they might be doing more edgier music. Looking at another example, The Wind who are also like TWS focusing more on bright innocent like music, which even though I'm not a huge fan of their music, it suits them and I love them for that because it works. The Wind haven't done an edgier sound yet, but imagine if they did do one. It would be so out of place for them since their main focus isn't this sound. I don't like how companies switch to this sound for their boy groups because it's slowly becoming a lot more in K-pop and it's really starting to get under my skin. In conclusion, companies should stop debuting boy groups only to have them switch to this sound for a comeback because as I said earlier it won't suit all the members or every group. It's weird to me seeing how many 4th gen boy groups that have done an edgier like sound that I can name because it looks like it's slowly making what K-pop stans hate boy groups for, which is, boy groups do one type of sound and are boring, actually come true. Edgier music is slowly becoming girl groups and girl crush, or when retro music became a trend, 2020 I believe it was, and because of these we have quite a lot of girl crush and retro songs. I wouldn't mind if edgier music continued, but I don't like how it's becoming more considering how weird it is for K-pop groups to do them when not every boy group who does an edgier sound will fit the edgier sound, and companies need to think if it works for them or not. Edgier music, just like any other sound / music / concept or whatever, only works if every member can do it and not make it look awkward. Companies just switching up to an edgier sound, even if it's just one song, when their previous music was completely different, and doing this sound is a total 180 from what they originally did, and companies debuting boy groups with this sound is just not it. It should only be done if it fits the group having the right members for this, and companies should stop because doing this edgier sound isn't great if not done well, and it'll just make the many different boy groups doing this sound the same as each other, meaning Group A and Group B both have done an edgier sound, and they're quite similar that if you switch the songs between both the groups, there wouldn't be any difference. It would just make boy groups actually boring and into one type of sound groups. Shining through the